Well, yesterday was a busy day at the Idaho Legislature, certainly, as hundreds of people turned out to testify at a hearing for the so-called Add the Words bill. And more testimony still to come today. Supporters of the bill say it would add protections for gay, bisexual, and transgender Idahoans to Idaho's Human Rights Act. The words that would be added: sexual orientation and gender identity. That's according to supporters. The purpose is to protect against discrimination in housing, work, and business situations, but not religious situations. Glenn Beebe tells us why 4 words have sparked so much controversy.
Members of the LGBT community say they've waited 9 years for this hearing to take place, and on its first day, the House State Affairs Committee heard over 7 hours of testimony. Some religious leaders say they worry this legislation would be just a first step.
Please vote no. Not out of fear, but out of concern for my daughter, for the families that I watch over, of what's coming and what's going to happen.
Those on the other side argued that they have the right to not be discriminated against.
We're not here to stomp on anyone's religious beliefs, I promise you. However, religious freedom stops when it begins to encroach on the rights of others.
There were also some business owners who worry their rights as owners would be dictated by the proposed rules.
The law will be used to force individuals to bow to the will of a majority, and that majority will use the club of the government to enforce its will.
One of the main arguments for those against the legislation is that being LGBT is a choice, and say something you choose doesn't deserve a special protection. Those like Detective Danielle Lundgren of Idaho Falls, who is transgender, say they were born this way and talked about how hard it's been for her to find a place even after 18 years in law enforcement.
That I am the only out transgender cop in the state of Idaho. I know there are others like me because they have reached out to me in private and in secret, many expressing fears because they've seen the way that I have been treated.
Glenn Beebe, KBOI News, Boise.